Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good with y'all? Y'all know what it is. It's me, your boy Trey, and this is E2G Sports Network presents First Formation Morning Sports Talk. So come on and fall in with us this morning as we get ready to get it ready, get it going. Today, Weekend Eve, as we usually call it here on the show. If you've been here with us before, just a real late. What's good, Steve? Good morning, bro. How you doing? Welcome to. Glad to see you in formation. So y'all know, of course, like I said, with favorite vets on the net, as we get talk about some of the hottest sports topics in sports, whether it be Major League Baseball. We ain't got into the NHL yet, but of course you got the NHL, you got NBA, college basketball, college football, NFL. MLS, if you want to get it in, different things, a different array of sorts. You can get your 31 flavors of sports talk right here every morning as we get it in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Jackie. How you doing? Good morning to you. Glad to see you in formation. Yes, sir. Like you say, Steve, you know what it is. A couple of things going on a little late this morning. Just had to get down. Uh, so, like I said, first topic of the day. Hopefully, we joined by Bishop. Ron, if you out there, holla at your boy. You know, we gotta get your picks today, brother. New Orleans or Arizona? Which one? Like I said, MLB action yesterday, as we know, they're in full swing of the AL and NL CSs. That's National League and American League Championship Series. The winner of these series will basically go on to play for the coveted World Series trophy. Last night in their game two, the San Diego Padres faced off against the Philadelphia Phillies. Unfortunately, last night, Steve, you already beat me to it, brother. The Phillies wasn't able to be victorious, losing 8-5. San Diego comes back and ties the series 1-1 as they will play game three on Friday. Also in action last night, the Houston Astros, H-Town stand-up Space City Astros took on the New York Yankees after they just finished their series winning 3-2 in the winner takes all game. Yankees, I guess didn't have that much left in the tank going back in. They didn't have enough time to re-energize, vitalize, and come back with the get back. Now they got to get the get back. Astros won 2-4, taking the 1-0 series lead in the ALCS. As they look, like I said, both teams, all four teams, looking for a spot in the World Series, ready to go. Of course, their next game, correction, their next game would be tonight as they play game two. Do we have a situation where the Astros take a 2-0 commanding lead? Does the Yankees come back and tie it 1-1? We don't know. It has yet to be seen. But we do know that it is going down, of course. So all y'all MLB, Major League Baseball fans out there, of course, stand up if your team is there. The Phillies, Astros, Philadelphia, Houston, NY, San Diego. Hey, what's going on? What's good, sis? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing? How you doing? Glad to have you in formation this morning. See you exuberant, all full of joy as you usually are. Provide shoot us that energy. So, like you said, last night there was a lot going on. The NBA started its season. Wait, let me think about something. Okay, I'll continue. So yes, the NBA started their season Tuesday night, as we all know, with the two games. The Philadelphia 76ers took on the Boston Celtics, in which the Boston Celtics were victorious, getting the first win on the year. The Los Angeles Lakers in the later game were present and I guess you could say fell in on the sideline and watched as the Golden State Warriors received their rings, as well as the Raptors was raised, and they were giving a beat down to go with it as they took a L the first season 0-1 for the year. Golden State 1-0 for the year to start off as they took the L. So last night there was some games, of course. You had a couple of debuts, so to speak. When you look at it, you had we had Orlando Magic's debut, their rookie, Paolo Banchero. We had Zion Williamson, as y'all see, Steve's already in the comments talking about Zion for MVP. He had Zion Williamson that had his debut as he hasn't played since 2020, or was it 2021? 2020. He hadn't played since 2020. Um, you had Spider Mitchell now with the Cleveland Cavaliers as he was in Utah. He had his debut in that Garnett and Gold. Um, who else? Who else? Was there any other premieres? I'm very sure there was. In which you had DeJounte Murray. So there's a couple of what you're going to get to. Of course, we're going to cover them. But for the most part, I would like to say that I think I was pretty exact in some things in which I said, but we're gonna get to those things. I'm not gonna toot my horn. You know what? You got to be humble. You got to be that person that act like you've been there before. I know what I bring to the table. I know how astute I am in certain things, and so there's no reason for me to brag, boast, or talk about it when I do exactly what I expect to do. He did. He fouled out. He did foul out Steve. He did. But I mean, is that sorry? Are we gonna say it's sorry because he fouled out? I don't know. We're gonna get to it. We'll get to a couple. We'll talk about a couple of key games, and then we'll kind of like fall if the rest of them fall in where they may. Of course, last night, as we said, Paulo Banchero. Now the Orlando Magic took on the Kay Cunningham and Ivy show in which they were all they were all present and ready to go, but only one can sit up and walk away with that W at once all the regulation clocks and overtime clocks, if that's what you get, is done. And in this case, it was the Orlando Magic. Paolo Banchero led all scores, 27 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists in his first official game as an NBA player. Of course, coupled with 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists from Franz Wagner, 21 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists from Jalen Suggs. Contributions, of course, 10 points, 6 rebounds from Bo, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist from Terrence Ross, 11 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists from Wendell Carter Jr. As Orlando, like you said, very handily took care of business, I guess you could sort of speak, winning 113 to 109. The Pistons, led by Bojan Bogdanovic, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 rebounds from rookie Jaden Ivey, 18 points, 1 rebound, 10 assists from last year's number 1 overall pick, Kay Cunningham, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists from Ryan Stewart. Sadiq Bey, who was doing all the heavy lifting over the preseason, he had 8 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Killian Hayes, 3 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 8 points for Corey Joseph, Diallo 2, and Kevin Knox with 3 in 13 minutes of play. Of course, in this game, Paolo, in LeBron-esque fashion, in the debut, the first rookie since 2003. We're talking about 19 years in the making, people, high speeds. First rookie since 2003 to contribute 25, 5, and 5. That's 20 at minimum, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists in their debut game, as well as he was the first rookie since the answer. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about, you better go ask somebody. The answer, Allen Iverson, who dropped 30 points in 1996. So we're already looking at a man. We don't want to call him a boy. We don't want to call him a child. You know what I'm saying? That diaper dandy, if in the words of Vital, he's in good company. Additionally, Orlando's players, the ages 21 and younger, they had, which is a first time in the NBA history, as we said, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, and Paolo Banchero, rookies. All rookies are all players under the age of 21. It was the first time in the NBA opener which they had 3 players under the age of 21 to score 20 or more points all in the same game. Additionally, going another shout out to Paulo. He is the first, or he's the rookie. He's the only rookie he has outscored the Orlando Greats in their first debut game. Penny Hardaway, Shaquille O'Neal, and even Dwight Howard all only scored 12 points in their debut game. Paulo Banchero dropped 25 in his first game. I don't know. We don't want to do anything. We don't want to discredit that young man from saying, "Oh, he's LeBron," or he's the next coming LeBron, or he's a great. Just think about it. Same thing. Same talk we have for Zion Williamson, and of course we see how that ended up turning out. Not to say that he's not that dude, but of course we don't want to do that to that young man. Let him be he, and let him continue on from there. So you know, what I'm saying, shout out Paulo. Good game, brother. Enjoy. Of course, not to be outdone when we talk about the players that are 20 points and over. Of course, last night we had the Houston Rockets Space City stand up at the Atlanta Hawks, the beginning of the backcourt era with Javante Murray and Trae Young. Of course, only as anything else, only one team can walk away with the dub. In this case, it was the Atlanta Hawks taking the win, winning 117 to 107. Not to be outdone or just completely, the Rockets, led by Kevin Porter Jr., that new man, 84 million 4-year extension. He signed, correction, 95 million. I don't want to take away from that man's money. $95 million kid now. Kevin Porter Jr. led the way, 21 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. He had concerted effort. Jabari Smith, the number 3 overall pick in just this past draft, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists from Houston's last year number 1 pick in Jalen Green, 15 points from Alperen Sengun, 15 points, 9 rebounds, no assists. Eric Gordon, the wily veteran of the crew, 11 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists. Kenny Martin Jr., 6 points. Josh Christopher, 6 points, as well as Bruno Fernando with 7 points in contribution. What's good? What's good? What's good? Absolute. How you doing, LB? Glad to have your information with us this morning. Atlanta Hawks. I'm sorry, I got the birds mixed up. Wrong birds. ATL, stand up. Y'all know what it is. Why are all the birds though? Now I think about it. Hawks, Falcons. I want to have to get with some of y'all Atlanta cohorts and see what's the significance of the names that for y'all team. You got the Hawks, you got the Falcons. Yeah, I want to have to holler at me if y'all got the answers to that. But in case, like I said, Trae Young, Devontae Murray, now the backcourt there. And I guess you got to win. Of course, the leader of the pack, John Collins, 24 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. DeAndre Hunter, another man, just signed the deal, $82 million extension. DeAndre Hunter, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. DeJounte Murray, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists. Trae Young, 23 points, 3 rebounds, 13 assists. As Atlanta puts up their own 20-point quartet in this case, 4 players over 20 points in the same game during an opener. Onyeka Okongwu, 13 points, 9 rebounds, no assists for that young man. Of course, contributors, Quentin Capella with 2 points, 5 points from Justin Holiday, his brother in the building, 5 points from him, and David Johnson with 5 points as the Atlanta Hawks take care of business, getting their first W of the year, early in the year, out the gate with the win 117-107 over the Houston Rockets. Of course, in other action, like I said, get to a couple of key games, and then we'll fall back on the rest of what the league did. The Phoenix Suns face off against the Dallas Mavericks. What up, Eric? Good to have you in formation this morning, brother. What's going on with you? Phoenix Suns, Dallas Mavericks. A repeat of last year's quarterfinal in before the Western Conference Championship, in which Dallas, remember, back in the day, Dallas took care of business as they handed Phoenix a 33-point wallop. What did the hand say to the face? Tight beatdown last year in the closeout game, game 7. Of course, we done moved on. We're in the new year, a new start, clean slate. That's just a memory in which it looked like for a second Dallas remembered very well, and they was going to continue to do the same thing. At one point, they were down. They were up by 15 points in the fourth quarter. They got there, interestingly enough. I don't know how the turn in the tide. Of course, we know how to turn in the tide. But at one point, Phoenix had got down to 1 point within 1 point of the Dallas Mavericks. But then what ended up happening is the Dallas Phoenix Suns, the Dallas Mavericks went on a tangent led by Christian Wood as he dropped 16 consecutive points from the back end of the third going into the fourth. It just looked like for a second that Dallas was just going to run away with it. It wasn't going to be, they didn't have any answer. It was just one of those situations. What's good, babe? What's good? How you feeling, man?
WGO, what's going on? What up? How y'all doing on this Thursday, man? Of course, as you know, weekend Eve, Friday Eve, all that good stuff. Late, we got a guy here who's fixing, man, I don't know what. Get in the new house, everything want to break. Man, dryer's out, so there's a guy, if y'all hear a lot of commotion in the background, guy just got here. He got here to try and fix the dryer, so if you hear a lot of commotion, that's what it is. Our dryer looked like it went out. It want to work when it want to work. So I don't know, man. It's crazy right now. It's mad
So
crazy.
I was just giving a rundown, talking about some of the action last night. But for the
It's
life of me,
fantastic.
I cannot. Well, evidently, something else is fantastic. Do you have superheroes in your background?
Absolutely. That's that 6-0 team right there, man. That's right. There is no Robins on our team. There's all Batmans. That's right. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and of course Devontae Smith, baby. The Eagle signal has come up, as you can see right
And
here.
they're answering for the city.
That's right, baby. Oh, that's right, Eric.
Oh, for
That's
real?
right.
You know
Yes,
what? You know
that's
what?
right, Eric. I'm glad you said that. My phone did not go off. You right about that, Eric. You right. You can play the campaign today.
You know what?
You
You know
so
what?
right.
You know what? I think I'm gonna get
Talk
down
fast.
to
He said talk fast. Eric, you right.
So, hey, while you say that, let me take an opportunity to plug. Be sure to go. I will share it on my page later,
I
my
already know
personal
what you
page.
about to. Yes,
Bishop has shared it on his
I
page. If
have.
you don't know, go ahead and check out the Cyro 5 Military Fraternity Incorporated Facebook page, in which you can get an opportunity to win one, two, three potential prizes, a sound bar, 30-inch tube television, as well as a PlayStation 5 bundle pack. If you ain't even got one or you just need one, you got to put one in the man cave, you got to put one in the garage. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Do be sure to go in and check that out. Take the opportunity to go ahead and get it in. It's not much. You can pay $5 to get one, or you can spend up to you can spend up to $100 to get 150 opportunities. Of course, the more of the packages you buy, the more opportunities you have to win all three packages. So go on, as my man has it up right now, the video game raffle sponsored by Cyber 5 and Military Fraternity Incorporated. Of course, some of the proceeds go to proceed to help out a nonprofit. We do a lot of things over the course of the holidays where we tend to gift a couple of families that are in need some things. So, saying, help us out in those efforts. Go ahead and like I said, win something for yourself a little bit. Be sure to check that out. If you got to, you can hit
Holidays
myself or
coming up,
Bishop
baby.
up directly, and where we can get you the information. You can pay
Yes,
via
yes.
Cash App, or we have a site set up to where you can go and put it down. Hey, do what you gotta
Let's
do. If
get
you
it,
ain't got that PlayStation 5, I'm finna spend a couple of my coins to try to get it,
man.
so
Let's get it.
I can run with the big dogs, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Additionally, I want
it
real
is
quick.
it is the holiday, so make sure you try and get it in right before the holidays.
Yes, the draw would be on the 10th of
December
December, so you got
live on
time.
Facebook.
Yes, sir. So also, additionally, real quick, forgot to shout out one of our very own, one of the same panelists that we have on here often. His birthday was yesterday.
CC,
Yes, Cornelius Cole, CC, as we call him. Saying happy birthday, number 45. Saying he, he
he the
done made
four
that
five.
happen.
He the four
45.
five.
the
Oh
4-5.
five. Let's
So,
go.
you know what I'm saying? Happy birthday, CC. And yesterday I got a chance to, while I was on my conference call, I got a chance to catch a little bit of his show. If y'all will catch the show, the Die Hard hashtag, the Die Hard fan, where he
Mm-hmm.
was doing a little conversation. And of course, to celebrate his birthday. So happy birthday, Cornelius. But yeah, getting back into this because, yeah, Eric, you see that dude, the cartoon pick? Come on now. See, you know what I'm saying?
So
Oh
see,
my
Eric,
life.
the way the cartoon pick is set up, right, is that if
Mm-hmm.
you have to be 6-0, you have to be undefeated to get the cartoon pick.
So
Um,
5-1s don't get it.
5-1s don't get it. You got to be
Five and
have
one's got to get
zero. Yeah, they get
a portrait,
um
just
yeah, just a regular old portrait. Y'all can take a picture in the backyard or something. But
with the fingers up.
yeah, no problem, CC. No problem, man. You deserve it, man. Happy birthday, happy belated birthday to you, bro. But yeah. Well, damn. I know, man. On some real, I'm gonna be honest. I just saw it happen to run across it yesterday. To be totally honest, I ran across it last night after calling my games. I said, "Ooh, I love that. Let me get that right there. Let me get that right there." I said, "I'm gonna put that on the show tomorrow." So yeah, I really couldn't tell you who did it, where they did it, how they did it, and nothing like that, bro. But if I do come across any of that
Giving the
information,
credit.
Eric, I
Yeah.
got you. I'll push it to you. Y'all are 5-1, so I can't push it to you. It's all these other cats who got more than one loss in the L column. I can't push it out to you.
I
Oh,
get
no
some
jab
good
at you.
ones.
No jab at you
That's
though.
not,
No jab at you, Trey. No.
what goes up must come down. Gotta
No
come
jab at
down.
you, Trey.
Gotta
No
come
jab at
down.
you, my
That's
frat brother.
okay.
No jab at you, bro. No jab at you, bro.
What'll
No
make
jab.
you laugh will make you cry. That's what's up. Just y'all wait. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna even. I don't have a PlayStation 5. There is a PlayStation 5 in my house, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't have it yet. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull up so I don't get too far behind where everybody
Mm.
else. Because I can't wait till December for everyone. I can't wait till December to win the PlayStation 5, or you know what I'm saying, or someone or you know or put in or have someone you know what I'm saying if it is possible to win a
Right.
PlayStation 5. So I gotta I might have to just go ahead and get the game so I don't get too far behind because I don't want to look up and I fall in with your team and it's like and y'all like you already like prestige 4 and
You
I'm
know,
just getting started so I
that's
can't
my
have
boy
that
Craig.
because Bishop he would sit up and talk bad about you if
No,
you and
I
I see
will not. Don't listen to him. I will
if
not do that. I will not
I,
do that
you know
on
what I want you
on
know what
Modern
we'll do
Warfare.
you know
I
what we'll
might do
do
that on 2K,
I'm
but
gonna
I'm
get
not gonna do it on
I'm
2.
gonna get it. I'm gonna get my man, my LB, my line brother Spectacle, national line beta brother Spectacle, to tell us from his words, even if I have to record him and I play it on here, how it goes when Bishop and we always should run on the game. And Spectacle not being a huge in Modern Warfare guy, not even me, but I
No,
pick
he
up
not.
pretty quickly.
Yeah, he not. He's straight.
And
He's straight
how
mad.
bad
He's a straight mad guy.
he talked to where this man didn't even play anymore. That's how bad he talked about him.
I'm with you. What's that, Eric?
He
I'm
said
on.
he said I'm on it all day today. I canceled all
I
my
can't all
meetings.
mean. I'm bro. I'm with you. So it's crazy you say that, right? My boy Craig, right? He was in the military too. Craig Miller. This dude, he works out at the range at Fort Hood. He's a range control out of Fort Hood. This dude, without pause, every year when Call of Duty comes out, he takes I think he takes a week off.
For
I
real?
think yes, without fail. So when it drops,
So he
you
should
can
be on
best
leave
believe.
today or tomorrow.
Yes, you can best believe when it drops, Craig is gonna be off, and he gonna be on that game. And within probably the next time you see jump on the game, Craig is already prestige. That he's a true Call of Duty dude. That's his thing. He's trying to
Squad
get
up,
into
squad
2K.
up. We
Yeah.
get a squad. We
Hey,
get a
have you checked
squad
out their commercials?
exclamation point. Yeah, squad. Yeah. With
Yeah,
little
they doing
baby
them
Nicki
commercials.
Minaj,
Well, yeah,
yeah.
they doing them commercials. They
So
got
I was like,
everybody
that's what I thought
involved.
about. We had a squad up. Can I get in your squad, Bishop?
Of
Am I able to
course.
get in your squad? Okay, let's
Yeah,
go. Let's go. Let's
anybody
go.
getting let's squad up.
Eric,
Let's
let's get
squad
it.
up,
Let's
bro.
get it. First
We got
formation
about
for
it's
all the.
about 10 of us already. So yeah,
Okay.
join the squad,
Let's
bro.
get
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So of course, let's say getting back into just a little break from that. Y'all know how y'all do. If we on the show,
Yeah.
it's a whole vibe we catch here. So, like I
Yes.
said, back into this NBA action. Like I said,
Fan.
Phoenix had an opportunity to avenge last night. Like I said, got pulled into one on in the third quarter. Christian Wood, the new acquisition from Houston to Dallas, got in 16 straight points. He's like, we're not having this. I'm here. But of course, some
Who
way,
they played?
somehow,
Oh, they played the Mavericks, right?
Mavericks, yeah, they
Yeah.
found the way, some way, somehow, in which Damian Lee, y'all know him. He's actually Steph Curry's brother-in-law. After he's been dispatched from Golden State,
Oh,
he is
really?
now in Phoenix. Yeah, yeah, he's
Okay.
married to Steph's sister. Um,
I ain't never
so
seen Steph's sister.
no, she
Steph
played.
Curry. You mean Steph and Steph got a sister?
Yeah,
I've never seen their sister.
she was a standout volleyball player at was it
For
Stanford
real?
or something like that? Yeah, or wherever she went to
They
school
don't
at.
never show her, man. I've never seen her.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So of course, Damian Lee had. I mean, we'll get to a point, but he was instrumental as he was the player that hit the a bucket that put them within, and hit the bucket that put them up with 9.7 seconds left in the game. Um, so I guess you could call him the hero in that point. Of course, the Magic fall to Phoenix Suns after they let them come back from a 15-point deficit, winning 107 to 105. The Suns, led by Devin Booker's 28 points, 4 rebounds, 9 and 6, 13 points from Cameron Johnson with 3 rebounds, 18 points from DeAndre, 18, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 13 points from Mikal Bridges with 11 rebounds and 1 assist. Like I said, Damian Lee, 11 points, 2 pounds, 2 points, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and he scored all 11 of his points in the fourth quarter. Cameron Payne was 7 points, 1 point, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Chris Paul, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists. Interestingly enough, Coach Monty Williams decided to lead Chris Paul out for the last 7 minutes of the game. Basically stating that he felt like Cameron Payne had it going and he didn't want to disrupt that. He figured that he'd pull Chris off, give him a little breather, and put him back in with a few minutes. But he said at that point, he was he said he sent you a request, Bishop.
Okay, got you, Eric. Got you.
He said volleyball. His business eyes lit up. So of course, like I said, they were able to pull that out. In which, like I said, Chris Paul sat out 7 minutes of the last 7 minutes of the game. Basically, he didn't get a chance to close the game out, in which they were losing. But he said Cameron Payne had to go on that point, so he decided to leave him in. He's like, he didn't think it was anything wrong with it, but of course they're going to put some a little emphasis on it because he is Chris Paul. Of course, the Mavericks, who would have thought anything less? Luka Doncic led them 35 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Christian Wood, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists from Spencer Dinwiddie. Reggie Bullock, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. JaVale McGee, 3 points and 4 rebounds, 1 assist. And lastly, of course, Josh Green, 1 point, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. As we said, the Mavericks take the L, unfortunately, not be able to hold on to that lead and fall to 0-1 to start the season. Basically, Luka Doncic just said he was they just got to finish. Of course, one of the things in which they talked about, Luka basically talked about, or one of the things that was noted and brought up is Luka said Luka has an array assortment. He has his bag is very much more advanced than it was last year. So more to expect, hopefully, from Luka. We might be looking at potentially the MVP of the year, maybe. I don't know. I already see where uh, who was that this morning? Steve was talking about maybe Zion for MVP. Of course, we'll get into that when Bishop come back, because I told him that them Pelicans was gonna get a hold of them Nets. You didn't want to believe me. Of course, another point game. The Chicago Bulls played the Miami Heat. Miami hosting the Bulls. Didn't go good for the opening of the home court. The Bulls get the win 116-108. Of course, they were out there. All-star guard Zach LaVine, and he is recovering from orthoscopic knee surgery that he just had in May. Additionally, of course, they're all without Lonzo Ball as their starting point guard, as he is also recovering from a second knee surgery, in which he just had as the last month to repair what the first one didn't do. In any case, like I said, Chicago gets the win. Stand up. Where's my man Mike? Mike, where you at? Chicago, the Bulls, 116-108, led by DeMar DeRozan's 37 points. Stand up, Hub City represent DeMar, 37.6 rebounds, 9 assists. Contributor 15 points, 17 rebounds, 2 assists from Nikola Vucevic, 12 points, and 2 assists from Gorgon Dragic, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists from now the starting point guard A.L. Damansu. Patrick Williams contributed 4 points, 6 points from Javante Green, and Andre Drummond with 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist as Chicago gets the 8-point W in their game last night. Another new face, same place, different, same, new, correction. New place, same face, new different place. You have the Cleveland Cavaliers faced off against the Toronto Raptors. Unfortunately, in his debut, Donovan Mitchell, wasn't able to dispatch any new victories as Cleveland falls to Toronto 105-108. Of course, they were without their all-star point guard in Darius Garland as he sustained a inner eyelid laceration as he accidentally took a hand to the face in which he was cut. They're not sure how long he will be out or if there's going to be any loss of time. Donovan Mitchell, 31 points, 2 rebounds, 9 assists, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist from Cedi Osman, who replaced Darius Garland in the lineup after the injury. 14 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist from Evan Mobley, last year's runner-up in the Rookie of the Year voting. 13 points, 10 rebounds from Jared Allen. Karis LeVert, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. 8 points apiece from Dean Wade and Kevin Love. And then for the Raptors, of course, led by Pascal Siakam's 23 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist. 19 points for Gary Trent Jr., 18 points for OG Abanobi, 7 rebounds,
Well,
5 assists. Last year's rookie of the year, Scotty Barnes with 15 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. Fred VanVleet with 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists as they were able to win and be victorious over the Cleveland Cavaliers with the 105-108 score. And of course, before we get to the other games, my last one I like to point out, as we talked about earlier. I know Steve said it was a whole, Eric's talking about it right now. Zion went crazy. Steve, when he got on, he was like, Zion for MVP. Back like he never left. Had the whole arena and all, even the opposition. The KD was like, he did exactly what we thought he was going to do. Zion Williamson back in the building, helping his New Orleans Pelicans get the dub. 130 to 108, 22-point throttling Pelicans. And then Zion wasn't even the lead scorer. Brandon Ingram led the crew 28 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Zion's 25 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists from CJ McCollum as he had their big three with 20 points. Jonas Valanciunas, 15 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists. Trey Murphy III, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Contributions from Jose Alvarado with 7 points. Najee Marshall with 4 points. Larry Lance Jr. with 8 points, and Herb Jones with 6 points and some defense. There was nothing they could do. Kevin Durant led his team, of course, and all scores with 32 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Kyrie Irving, 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists. Ben Simmons, a dismal 4 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. But of course, you have to give our Ben a pass in the sense he has to get his legs back up under him in his play. I'm very sure those numbers will change a little bit as we go throughout the season. Royce O'Neal, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Nick Claxton, 13 points, 10 rebounds, no assists in his double-double effort. Patty Mills, 16 points, 1 rebound. And then, of course, contributions from Cam Thomas with 2 points, Edmund Sumner with 6 points, and 4 points from Deron Sharp. Kessler also and Marquise Morris, 3 points apiece. As Brooklyn takes that L, 130 to 108. Wasn't the best of showings, but it's early. 81 games still to go. Some teams still ain't even got it. So at this point, they might be just a tad bit better than other teams as opposed to being at the bottom of the pack. Excuse me. Of course, in other games last night, uh, the Washington Wizards played against the Indiana Pacers, in which the Wizards were victorious 114-107, led by Brady Beal's 23 points and Kyle Kuzma's 22 points with a double-double for him, 13 points and 2 assists to go. Chris Porzingis with a double-double, 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. The Pacers, led by Tyrese Halliburton's 26 points. Benedict Mathurin, the rookie, out of Arizona, contribute with 19.7 rebounds, 2 assists. Buddy Hield, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists to go as the Wizards were victorious in that game. Who else? The Grizzlies and the Knicks. The Grizzlies with a 3-point W, winning 115 to 112, led by Ja Morant's 34 points, 4 rebounds, and 9 assists. Tyus Jones's 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 18 points from Sanati Aldama, and Desmond Bain with 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. The Knicks were led by Julius Randle's 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. Cam Reddish, 22 points on the night. Who else? Mitch Richell, 4 points. Even for A with 14 points. Jalen Brunson, 15 points. And who else was that? Where I'm looking for? I guess he can play. Cam Red, Derrick Rose, 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists as well. RJ Barrett, 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists as well on the night. Uh, Another last night's game, the Timberwolves debuting their big three. OKC faced off. Timberwolves get the win, 115 to 108, led by Rudy Gobert's 23 points, 16 rebounds, 2 assists, 19 points from Jalen Daniel, 12 points from Karl Anthony Towns. Anthony Edwards with 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 76, 13 points from Jalen Noel. Teron Prince contributed with 11 points, as well as Angelos Russell's 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. The Thunder, led by Shea Gillis Alexander, 32 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Josh Giddey, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 10 points from Lou Dort, 5 points for Kendrick Williams. And Trey Mann contribute with 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists in their first loss of the season. Of course, many more to come. It's an 82-game season. Still got 81 more games. Who knows? They can go 81-1. Hey, stranger things have happened. Of course, 3 more games on the night that we had left. The Portland Trailblazers faced off against the Sacramento Kings. The Kings with the L. Portland 115 to 108, led by Jeremy Grant's 23-point effort. Anthony Simons, 22 points. Damian Lillard, 20 points. The Kings were led by DeAndre Fox's 33 points, 23 points from Kevin Huerter, as well as 14 from Terrence Davis and 13 from Domantas Sabonis. The other game, the Denver Nuggets faced off against the Utah Jazz. The Jazz surprisingly get the win, 123 to 102. The Jazz led by 20 points from Colin Sexton, who came over to the Utah Jazz in the trade from Donovan Mitchell. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. 16 points from Rudy Gay, 17 points from Lauri Markkanen, 13 points from Mike Conley Jr., and 10 from Jordan Clarkson. The Denver Nuggets, led by Nikola Jokic, picking up where he left off from last year. 27 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 22 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists from Aaron Gordon. Michael Porter Jr. back in action, 15.7 rebounds, 1 assist. Jamal Murray, after almost 2 years, we haven't seen Jamal Murray since being in Orlando in 2019. I almost said something that's blasphemous. 12 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist from Jamal Murray, 10 points from Nashawn Bones Highland. But again, like I said, the 21 points doesn't fit, and they basically face the L. And lastly, the Charlotte Hornets traveled to San Antonio to take on the San Antonio Spurs, and it was exactly what we thought. I just didn't think they were
Embarrassing.
this bad. It's 129
Embarrassing.
to
Even
102 for the
Pop said
Charlotte
that.
Hornets.
And
Yo,
Pop
yeah,
said they took a thrashing.
point man, Terry Rozier, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 20 points from Gordon Hayward, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 17 points from PJ Washington with 7 rebounds and 4 assists as well. Nick Richards, 19 points, Dennis Smith Jr., 12 points, and 13 points from Kelly Oubre Jr. The Spurs, led by Keldon Johnson, 20 points, 11 rebounds. Devin Vessels, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists from Trey Jones, 12 points, 2 rebounds from Doug McDermott, and Jacob Potto, Potai, 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. But as Bishop was just saying, wasn't enough to stop the thrashing, the tourniquet to control the bleeding.
To stop it, he couldn't even stop it.
Before we sit up and say who's on slate tonight, Bishop, because it's 2 games, what did you think of the Pelicans and Nets game?
Man, the Pelicans, man. I gotta say, man, Zion looked good. Zion looked real good. I only caught a glimpse of the game. Well, actually, I didn't catch none of that game because my streaming service didn't show that game. Of all the games, of
Okay,
course, it wouldn't show that game.
that one
So I
game that you
really
wanted.
one game I wanted. They played the Knicks game, but I could see the Knicks game, but couldn't see the Nets game, which was crazy. But either way, I saw the highlights. And Zion, that man he's ready to play ball. That hiatus he took, that year and a half hiatus, that boy, he needed that. And he did his thing. I'm not going front. He did his thing, man. Man, shouts out to, the New Orleans Pelicans. They look like they could be front runners to make it into the playoffs, man. If they continue to play like that and everybody can stay healthy, that's
Mm-hmm.
a team that may be a team to be reckoned with. I'm not gonna lie. I'm disappointed in Kyrie. Ben Simmons 4 points and fouled out. Come on,
Yeah, but
four
you
points and
like you
fouled out.
say, do you think that's just rust? Like he's something to shake
I'm,
off?
I'm, I'm gonna blame it on Russ. I'm gonna blame it on Russ. That's exactly
So
what
you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
blame
do.
it
I'm
on
gonna
Russ?
blame it on Russ. But I know KD's like, look, man, this is not what we're gonna do this year. I'm not finna carry this team. I need y'all to do y'all due diligence to do y'all part, man. I know, yeah, no, I was disappointed, and then the Knicks in Memphis was a good game because Memphis was digging into the Knicks, and the Knicks came back and sent it to overtime. So that was good. That was a real good game, and Memphis came out on top to get the dub at home. But I got a question for you. There was two
Yes, sir.
highlights, two
Mm-hmm.
highlights last night, and I need
Mm-hmm.
to know from everyone, Trey, and all of you, which one do y'all feel was the best? Here's the first one. Both of them were fouls, so they're gonna count. John Moran is that dude. He got called for the charging. I think he got called for the charging. I believe he got called for the charging foul. I'm gonna let y'all see it again. I believe old boy was already in his stead, so he got called
He's
for
always
charging.
a circle.
Yeah, he got called for charging. But I just need y'all to see this again, bro. Yeah, he was set. Wow. All right, that's that one. All right, and then I got one more to show y'all, and y'all tell me which one do y'all feel? And both of them are fouls, but which one do y'all feel was the play of the night? All right, let me give it for you. Let me give it to you. Trey, I'm coming to you voice, of course. Banchero. Banchero. He got up
Mm.
to a losing effort. They lost, but that dunk was all of that. So
Mm.
one was a dunk, the other one was just a spectacular move. Yes, Zion went crazy, Eric. Totally agree. Zion went straight crazy last night, without question. But again, out of those two, which would you say is the play of the night? Whether it was a foul or not, which one would you call a play of the night? Just so y'all can see it again. There go Banchero. Pow. And then he flexed on him. Like, come on, man. He's like, hey, I'm not the only one. I need everybody the ball with me. Not just me, everybody. I need everybody the ball with me. And then
Banchero, without a doubt.
Banchero's, Banchero, that dude just went ham. I mean, not taking nothing away from John Morant's. Now, John Morant's was phenomenal too. Don't get me wrong. The dude is he just lives above the rim, bro. John Morant just lives above the rim when it's all said and done. I mean, the man is like he's the air up there, bro. Like I gotta give it to Ja. He is the air up there. Like to make this move in the air so high. Look how high he is, and then to still have the ability to release the ball and make it into the basket. It's crazy. It's mad crazy. But that's what it is. It gave you last night, I will say, Trey, last night gave you NBA at its best.
At its best.
If you weren't an NBA fan before last night, you was an NBA fan last night. Because it gave you the NBA at its best. Great games, great play. Man, young guns showing what it is. We used to Morant doing that. It's like normal. We are used to Morant doing that. We are. But Petro, he new to the league. He said, "Well, hey," he said, "I'm introduce. Let me introduce myself. My name is B. Banchero."
So now we have tonight's games. Of course, 2 games slated for tonight. Of course, we know they're competing with Thursday night football. But 2 games for tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks against
visiting Philly,
70s, in Philly, and of course the Los Angeles Lakers facing off against the Clippers.
The California teams, the California battle, LA versus LA.
Battle for LA.
Yeah.
Battle for the city.
I love LA.
Doom, 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 doom. We love it.
Man.
So, of course, Bishop, between the 2 games, who are you going with tonight? Do we have the Bucks, Milwaukee, or Philly?
Golly, bro, that's a hard one because I don't know what Middleton is looking like. We ain't seen Middleton, and then they played in Philly, and then after I seen that debacle of what Harden did, the little shimmy and then hit a brick. How did I do last night? How did I do last night first? Let me see. I picked the. Damn, I did pick the Cavs. Dang, did I win any game? Hold on. I picked the Pistons, I think.
I didn't pick.
I picked
so I
the
was
Pacers, I think.
0 for 1, 0 for 2,
yeah,
0 for 3. God
I was
dang.
1 and 1, 1 and 2,
0 for 4,
1 and 3, 1 and 4, 2 and 5, 2 and 4, 3 and 4, 4 and 4, 5 and 4, 6 and 4, 7 and 4,
4 and 4,
7 and 5.
4 and 4, 5 and 4.
Because I picked the Kings. I was 7 and 5. Golly.
5 and 5.
Yeah, I was 7 and 5.
5 and 6.
Should have one more game.
I went 5 and 8. God, dude.
You mean 5 and 7? It was only 12 games, right?
Yeah, 5 and 7.
I was 7 and 5. Obviously, you. So tonight, man, I hate to do this, man. So I'm gonna pick the Clippers. I'm going with the Clippers. I know that for sure.
Really?
I'm going with
Disrespect. And then you said it with such confidence in front of me.
I know. I'm going with the Clippers. I'm doing that. But this Bucks and Sixers game, man. He says Philly.
What's good, good morning.
What up? What up, Taylor, man? Philly and Clippers. I know, man. My mind says the Bucks, though, so I'm gonna go with the Bucks. Even though the Sixers already lost one, so it's gonna be harder for them to lose back to back like that. But I'm gonna go with the Bucks, man. I'm gonna take the Bucks and the Clippers.
I'm going with the 76ers evening up their record at 1-1, and the Los Angeles Lakers doing the same 1-1. So I got Philly and LA tonight. LAL tonight.
LA. I love
yes.
LA.
Uh, what's up next? What's up next? Oh, let's get into some NBA, NFL talk conversation. Um, we got a couple of people coming back. Bishop coming
Oh yeah,
back.
we do. We got Dak
Dak
and Tua.
Dak is coming back. Darnold is back. Tua is back. Um, of course, we're in the case of the latter of the two. Tua discussed and talked about what he went through or what it was like with the concussion. He said actually he was unconscious at the in the first
Really?
beginning of that. Yeah, at the
Oh
concussion. He
wow.
said he remember. He's like he remembers getting hit. He said after that he doesn't remember anything. And then he just remembers waking up when they was being taken off and on his way to the trauma center in Cincinnati. So
What?
hearing that, it makes you wonder, like, is it smart to bring him back right now? Like, I think I would, like we talked about before. We think giving him a little more time to kind of like
What?
get his movements about himself.
But he was in concussion protocol, right?
Yeah, for about a week and a half.
Yeah. So he had to be cleared before he could. You know what I'm saying? Before he can come back anyway. So he must be good. I'm thinking.
So you would say you would go ahead and start him, even though he
Hmm.
cleared concussion protocol. He sat out a week, a
Hmm.
game longer than what he probably could have. You would just
Hmm.
go ahead and keep him and go ahead and be ready to start him.
Yeah, I would. I would. If long as he got cleared by docs, yes, I would definitely clear him for tonight to play, or not this weekend. I'm sorry, this weekend to play. Absolutely, without question. If he long as he got cleared, as long as the doc said he good, I'm good. Um, but and then I would keep a close eye on him because any hit that he take could possibly put him right back in that position. So I would definitely keep an eye out on it. But yeah, for the most part, yeah,
They
I'm
play the
definitely
Steelers too, but I mean they are without
yeah.
T.J.
Steelers are
Watt,
out
so
without Pickett, ain't they? Pickett is out, right? So they
Pickett
back
is
to
out. Yeah,
what's his name? Trubisky, right? Mitchell.
Trubisky is back to
Yeah,
started.
yeah,
He
yeah.
got them to win last week.
He did after Pickett went out. He did. But I think the reason why they're going back to Tua because they hasn't Miami lost two since Tua left.
Yeah, but one of them was by basically both of them were by for the most part Skylar Thompson.
Mm,
Although Skylar Thompson went out late, but they had an opportunity uh with Teddy, but it didn't go as
yeah,
well. Here you got, I think Teddy was just coming off his own concussion.
yeah,
So yes, but we have him, Sam Darnold. He's backing potentially asking
yeah.
action, given
Hmm.
an opportunity now, which it could be a little bit different because now Matt Rule isn't the coach anymore. Now you have Steve Wilkes that's taking the helm. Maybe he does something a little bit different that will help Sam Darnold. We might have a situation where we might have an instant QB controversy, another one, second one of the year. Although the first one was handled, taken care of. Well, I say third one of the year because I think we have a QB controversy in New England as well. But uh
We also have somebody else back, don't we?
uh who else came
This
back?
this
Oh
guy
yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This guy right
DeAndre
here.
Hopkins,
Is look like he's ready.
D Hop back.
He's back for the night. The hop is back.
D Hop is in the building. So
He's
yeah, so
ready. The man is.
putting your quarterbacks back what do you think about Dak? Do you think he came back at the right time? Is it was it easy? Did it make it easy to where they don't have to make a decision of if they should keep
Well,
Coop?
like I told you on Monday, Trey. I told you. I feel like they bless you. I feel like they exploited
Cooper
Cooper
Rush.
to show that this is why we need Dak back.
Mm.
I really did. I really do. I really, really. That's truly how I feel. I'm not going front. I really feel like that's what they did. So when it's all said and done, yeah, I think it was inevitable. Speaking
So
of
okay.
which, go
Hmm.
ahead. No, go ahead.
I was about to say, so it just came up just in an amount of time. Like it was just like,
Yeah, it
okay,
just happened.
they lost
It's
their
like
game. It wasn't a
everything
close
lined
game.
up. Yeah,
Yeah, it
everything
lined up to
lined
bring
up.
like, okay, Dak is back. Like you take care. I can take it from here, there, guy. Um, but go ahead. What were you about to say? Speaking of
No,
which,
no. Remember, so this season we've had a lot of headbutts between players and coaches. And
hmm
did we ever talk about Robbie Anderson, who got into it with his coach on the
no, we did
sideline?
not, because I don't
And
know what
then
happened on the sideline. He got him with the wide receiver coach, right?
no, he's a any yeah. Wide receiver coach. You're right. He got into a wide receiver coach, and then he gets traded.
Mm-hmm.
Like very next day,
Mm-hmm.
he's traded. He's moved to the Arizona Cardinals,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy, right? It's so crazy. But yeah, we've seen a lot of headbutting going on this season with coaches and players. I think that's Robbie Anderson. I think was like the fifth already, and we've had one almost every week in this season that the coaches and the players are getting into it. But either way, it's just crazy that I see that all over Twitter and stuff like that.
So
That this
what exactly happened? Do you know?
that you know what I don't know if I ever heard what actually took place, man.
Just they
That's the
was
thing.
arguing amongst. They was just
Yeah,
getting into it.
what he does. I never heard on what took place on why him and the wide receiver coach got into it. Never heard why. Just know that you could see them arguing on the sideline. Next thing you know, next day or two, he was
He
traded.
was benched. He was benched and
He
then
was
traded
benched
the
and then
next day.
traded. Yeah,
Been
gone.
well benched, sent away from the game, and then
Oh yeah, he
traded.
got kicked out the game. That's right. He
Yeah,
was sent. Yeah, he
yeah.
was kicked
Because
out the game.
Coach Whip kicked him
Sent
out
him
the
to the
game.
locker room. Yeah, sent him
hmm
to the locker room. Yep, you're
That
right.
gotta feel a certain type of way. Like you.
Hell yeah. That's gotta feel a certain type of way.
So of course, like you said, continue on. Additionally, center Robert Hainsey was iterating and talking about and going over the fact of when you could see Tom Brady cussing out or fussing at his
His
line,
offensive line.
yeah, in the unit during their game where they took an L. But Hainsey, the center, basically says that's what they preferred. They needed that. They want that. That's what they want
Wake
to
up
hear.
call.
I'm not buying that stuff.
You
What
not buying
there's
that?
not nah, bro. Stop playing with me. Like what I'm saying, like no one. Saying, think about how many times did you take a butt chewing as a sergeant, and I'm very sure you ain't go back with the mindset of you know what, that's exactly what I needed. No, you you like who the hell he think he talking to? Who the hell
Yeah.
he or she think they talking to? You know what I'm saying? Sergeant Major giving you the business. You think you're not trying to hear, saying that, saying like Sergeant Davis, why is your soldier yada yada yada? You're not trying to hear that with the knife hand and
Thanks, Sergeant
everything. You're
Major.
like,
Yeah, so
yeah,
you didn't finish it off with thanks, Sergeant Major. I needed that. Thank you. Appreciate
yeah,
that,
because you
Sergeant
know
Major.
what, Sergeant Major,
Anytime.
I
Give me that.
for it has been an honor speaking with. No, that's
Yeah,
not what you said.
chew me out anytime you're ready, Sergeant Major. I need it anytime
We
you
like it. We love it. We want more of it. Make it hurt, Sergeant. Make it hurt. No, you ain't say that to the drill sergeant. They told you to say that, but that's not what you
Yeah,
really meant. That's not
yeah.
what you was saying. So to sit up and say that we wanted that. Now, let me preface this. Let me say this correctly. I'm not going to say that when you get it, you know what I'm saying, if it's true and you get into when it's true, then sometimes it realigns your compass, resets your compass. So I can understand you saying like, okay, you know what, that's what we needed. But in the moment, you're not trying to hear like we need to be yelled at. I need this grown man who, you know what I'm saying,
In my face,
yeah,
yelling at me.
pointing me out, you know what I'm saying? That's not what you want. That's how people get choked out.
That part.
So, say that's so to simply say that I get it. I understand what he means, but you ain't gotta tell us, saying, put it to us like that. We know you was like, yo, who the hell is man think you talking to? Like you throwing, we blocking, you holding the ball. Or you not, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think, was it all their fault? Or
Mm.
did Tom have some, saying something to go along with that? Because of course you're mad if you getting chased and ran down and you ain't got no time. You're going to say that, saying, but how long and let's be real, how long can you really hold a block? What's the average time on being able to hold a block to where
Without
before throwing?
catching a penalty.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's not in some of those cases, like you just said, point you just made, sometimes you just don't get caught.
yeah, yeah. A lot of times you don't get caught.
Yeah, or you're saying, it's plenty of cameras around that piece. So when they show one of them angles, you're like, wait a minute, and then the commentators
Yep.
pointed out, like, oh, so
He
and
got
so
away
they can
with a
get
block.
caught for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he got away with a hole right there. He got away.
oh yeah. So saying, so it's it's crazy how I go, but yeah. So shout out to Robert Hainsey. So with the talking about it wasn't. That's not what it was.
Did you hear about so I know we talked about injuries and players coming back, but we know some players
Yes,
just went down this past weekend, you know, the Russell Wilsons,
mm-hmm.
the who else went down?
Hamstring. He's gonna
Hamstring
probably be
and
out a little while. We don't
yeah.
know what's
But
going.
did you see the comment he made and who he
Russell?
referenced himself? Yeah, that he referenced himself to?
No.
I need you to stop it, Russell. You did not just reference yourself as a comic person. Did you say you it's Wolverine blood? Bruh, you're not an X-Men. Russell, stop it. Sierra, get your husband.
You just still
I
see
guess you're
other.
Storm. I guess Sierra, you're Storm or somebody, huh? You're Phoenix, Sierra. While Russ is up here being Wolverine. Really?
Oh my goodness.
Really? This is what we're doing right now, Russell. You calling yourself Wolverine blood? You have Wolverine blood or something? Okay, let's see how quick you come back from that hamstring injury,
So
sir.
you know what? Again, it's a good thing you bring that up because it's a good topic in which I see. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
get a chance to comment on it yesterday in one of the people I know, my man Kimmy Dumachet. So, did you see where Tom Brady said this NFL season's getting ready to go get engaged with the NFL season is like a deployment?
Whoa, what?
He
What?
said it's like a deployment. He said
How
it's
would
like a
Tom
deployment.
Brady know about a deployment?
So you know what? So I think we about to. I think
Here
we
we
about to
go, man.
open.
Y'all,
Yeah,
y'all,
we are. We
these
about to open
references,
Pandora's
bro.
box because
Yeah, these references, bro.
I don't see a problem with what he said.
But Trey, how does he know what a deployment is like?
I'm
He ain't
so
never
sick
been.
of
He's
what he
never
said.
been deployed. How
And
is
that's
he
what a
know?
lot of the argument is. Cause so my man Kenny was like, "Yo, where my veterans at? What do
Yeah,
y'all
I'm
think it
here.
is?"
I'm here. I'm
Because
here for all the smoke. I'm here for all the smoke, bro. I'm
so
here
okay,
for all the
so
smoke.
I simply said what I said was before I respond to this post, I
Mhm.
need to go and look and see what he said, what he's going off of. But the Eagles are
See,
Batman.
hey, you see, why you gotta
Yeah,
call me
get
out?
him,
Hey,
CC.
CC, hey, after I took it down, I saw that I had the Batman thing. I was like, oh. But they're not. Listen, CC, the difference is they are. This is something somebody created. Russell said that himself. This is not that they're not calling themselves Batmans. This is what they create. This is what somebody created. I didn't
and
do it.
put it on
Someone
the
else did it.
okay. Oh my goodness.
Oh
But
my god, bro,
so we're
y'all,
going back to the
that's
Tom Brady thing. So
that's crazy.
Eric was saying, I was like, I need to see what it is that he's talking about. And basically, what he was saying is that basically the season is just like a deployment because it's like been getting geared up, and you're going to be away from your people, from your family. You're going to be away from your way of life because you're doing it. But of
Okay.
course, people start taking an issue with it because it's like, how do you compare that? It's like the checks ain't the same, or none of that. It's like there's no way, form, and fashion you can say which deployment, Army or Navy. So he was like, so basically, so that's why I said I didn't take a correlate because I mean you have to look at the context. I'm very sure because we had plenty of times in which people have used military references and
They
stuff
have.
like that, and it's a very sensitive, in my opinion, are veterans or army war veterans are very sensitive to certain terms. Like remember when Kevin Winslow was like, "It's war out here," when they
Mm-hmm.
was talking about playing, which people took issues with that because they
Mm-hmm.
felt like, what I'm saying, it's like you're referencing something which it was. I feel like there's stuff at every level, there's certain things, and the reference you have to look at and take in consideration. At his level, in his mind, that's what he correlated to because you're away from families, and that's the thing. Someone's like, why could you say it was? I can't remember what they said. It was like, why didn't you correlate it to a show or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
He said a deployment because he's away from his family, he's taken from his way of life, and he has to go and do this job. And then once it's all said and done, it's long, it's grueling, and they come back to it. I've been on 7 deployments,
Mm-hmm.
and each one
Speak on.
got greater in time. each time. My very first deployment was 4 months. Then I went to a 6 month deployment. Then I went to
Mhm.
an 8 month deployment. Then I went to a year deployment. Then I went to a 15-month deployment. And then I mean, we didn't have anything besides that. Then it went back. Then I did a couple of deployments. I Detroit to New Orleans for Hurricane Katrina in the humanitarian effort. I deployed to Idaho Cherry Blossom for a deployment, like a month and a half long deployment. So they, you know what I'm saying, different ways and different manners and stuff like that. So I've been, you know what I'm saying, I've been to deployments. How many too many hits, Tom? Business trips, humanitarian trips, anything other than the deployment. I guess maybe like I said, I'm just different. I didn't see Corey with it when I listened to it because
When you
I
break it down like you said in regards to missing family, okay,
mhm.
I'll take it there. But I need him to state that.
Convey that, yeah,
Yes,
because
you
it was
need to
like
state
people
that.
felt a certain type of
Yeah,
way. It's like how you do is like no one's been on deployment. And I was like, well, I've been on it. And I say I got the stripes.
right,
If I
right.
pull out my uniform, I got the stripes to prove it. I got the DD-214 that says, hey, this man has been X amount. I spent over X amount of months in a different theater, Afghanistan, Iraq. When you want to talk about Kyrgyzstan, all that, you know, saying all that type of stuff and what you did. So I mean, that's what happened. So,
Right.
but yeah. So chill. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said chill because even Bishop was like, "Wait, hold up, wait." When you see
Yeah.
the look on his face, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is supposed to be
Yeah,
this is
you knew, you
He's like,
knew, you
he's
had
like,
pushed the
"Wait,"
button.
and you was like, "What?" Well,
But of all
I was like,
things, you
"Dang,
gonna,
sorry, Major." Like,
yeah, of
chill.
all things you're gonna compare it to, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Now
So,
that you broke it down on what he said later, what he meant by it, I got it. That makes sense because they do all athletes. It is somewhat of I guess you could call it a deployment type
and so
nature because of the fact they
this
are away from their family
this is a
for a
standard
long period of time, especially
response to
basketball.
that.
Basketball people, basketball got all them games. Baseball players got all those games. So those sports, basketball, baseball, who plays a zillion games, yeah, they probably more so than football players because
So
football they got
this is what look at what Taylor Made is saying, which I could
whatever,
get this point to.
whatever. That man is going to do his job, and his fam can come with or to visit. Not the same. Okay. I feel you on that, Liston. I feel you on facts. That's facts because they ain't like they're going overseas. They're staying. They just in another part of the U.S. They in another part of the state. I mean, another part of the U.S. They're in another whole city in state. So I get it. You're right. They're not traveling overseas and missing. A whole year. They're out. They're going for a few days and then they're back, or a few weeks because they do have back to back. Back to back away games and stuff like that. So I totally get it. They ain't got to worry about severe time differences. Maybe 2, 3 hours here and there compared to 8, 10 hours because
Mm-hmm.
somebody's overseas in a deployment. So I totally no. We get you. We get you. I get you, Taylor Malin. No, I get you. I get you. What up, Zach? What up? What up? What up, Ma? I totally get you. And to me, and of course, that's coming from me being a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's. I feel like Brady used the wrong comparison. That's something he probably shouldn't have used as a comparison because I'm sure a lot of people feel just like the Stanton feels. You can't compare the two. You can't compare the two because at no time while you're playing football are you at risk of losing your life. You're not. You're not. So I completely understand where Stanton is coming from.
Yeah, it's so yeah. So I'm glad because like I said, I was like, please, I was like, maybe I'm about to sit up and open or something, but yeah, that was the case. In which, like you said, maybe when the standing put it that way, I could understand. Again, it
Mm-hmm.
came back, and I think that's what a lot of other people was basically talking about, saying like, "Yo, you get paid well for doing this," uh,
Mm-hmm.
and like so the stand just said, you come home, um, like it's a whole plethora of reasons, but um
Mm-hmm.
in any case, they figured it out, and he came, and I guess they put it to rest. So maybe we're gonna see somewhere he comes back and state that that's not what he meant, and reclarifies, and basically say maybe he shouldn't use that type of term or in that analogy to
Analogy
do
at
it.
all. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. We get it, Tom. We get it. But yeah, use something else next time. Don't use the military. Or don't use a deployment, should I say. As a term.
how many how many deployments
What
you do?
me was it 3?
3.
Mm-hmm. I was fortunate I only had to do 3. And 3 was enough. Believe you me. Hey, Trey, not to what's the word I'm looking for? Not to piggyback or not piggyback, but not to go backwards. I just thought
Yes,
something.
sir.
I thought
Yes,
this
sir. Go
might
ahead.
be something you might like.
No, that's not anything I like. That I
I
like.
thought you might like that.
No, no, not in any way, form, or fashion. Kawhi is back. Okay.
They say the claw is back. Ugh.
You know what?
Ugh. I'm just saying. I just happened to catch that. Man, I love Twitter. Twitter be on it, man. They be on it, doggone it.
I
I
can't
love
wait.
Twitter. Just for y'all,
Patrick,
this is
Patrick
what this is.
Beverly. Patrick Beverly, get him.
This is what it's about tonight, baby. That's what that's all for, man. That's what that's all for tonight. 4 big names playing tonight on the big stage. We got Kawhi the Claw. We got King James LeBron. We got the Greek freak in Giannis, and of course we had that bad man Joel Embiid. Stay tuned. Go ahead, Trey. My bad.
So
I had to, man. I had to.
you didn't have to, but you did. That's
I had to, man. That
you
was too
didn't
cool.
have
That
to,
was
but
too cool, man. How they
that's what
broke the
you
claw
did.
like he was like the Terminator. That was cool, man. We talk about, hey, if Russ can say he Wolverine, why can't be the Terminator or the Claw?
What was that like? Oh, the claw, the claw. What was that? Ah, they're gonna get you.
Liar. That's from Liar.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
the Claw. Oh
That gonna
my!
show that you know you military because that stuff was like you ain't had no choice but to watch these movies and like
You
that's the
didn't.
only
You
entertainment.
didn't. You didn't.
Oh my goodness.
Fact says he has enough money, his family could travel with him. That's the same thing Taylor Made or LeStan was saying when it came to Tom Brady. It facts, straight facts. Excuse me. We know that was bad analogy for Tom. Hopefully he won't do nothing like that again. Hopefully.
So, additionally, of course, that we were talking about Hollywood Brown is expected or Marquise Hollywood Brown is expected to be out up to 4 weeks with a foot injury, which again, like we was talking about, kind of good timing, but maybe not because, of course, like Bishop said earlier, DeAndre Hopkins is back in the building, back on the field, ready to get into the game. They just acquired Robbie Anderson. So now they have other receivers that's in the fold. You still have Isabella. You still have Zach Ertz. You still have AJ Green. But obviously, they haven't been enough for the most part due to the fact they are 2-4 on the season as they go get ready to face off against the Arizona Cardinals tonight. So, but do you think, Bishop, that they can hold the line until they get Hollywood Brown back to where now we have a situation like it might be problems, you know what I'm saying, later in the season for them? Or do you think a good game is going to be tonight? I mean, do you think DeAndre Hopkins has an impact on tonight's game?
Um, I do. I really do feel like D Hop has an opportunity. Like we spoke of briefly. I think it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to he, I, it's bad that Marquise is going to be out. You know what I'm saying? Because I do feel like he helps to take some of the pressure probably off of DeAndre Hopkins. However, DeAndre Hopkins didn't have a Marquise Brown last year, and so he's still gonna do what he's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? when it's all said and done, um, you know, prayers for Marquise. Hopefully, he comes back from that injury sooner than later. But I do think DeAndre Hopkins is going to be the DeAndre Hopkins of old. All this time he's been sat out for what 6 weeks going in, well, yeah, 7 weeks, might as well say. I think he's gonna come in and show his worth. I'm sure Kyler Murray's happy he's back. You know what I'm saying? Now he got somebody outside of Zach Ertz to throw the ball to. So, but I'm sure Kyler Murray would love to have Marquise out there too. You know, so to have more options. But I don't know. I do think DeAndre is going. D Hop is going to be D Hop. I really do. I truly believe D Hop is going to be D Hop without question.
So, backtracking just for a second, I meant to ask you if you had the ability, if you were a player, would you take your family? Are y'all traveling? Or are you going to let them go ahead and do whatever? Or do they come to every game and travel with you as well?
You talking about the cologne? What's that? Yeah. What do I think? What now?
Are you taking your family along with you, or are you pulling up, or even if you had like a child or something like that was in the league, are y'all pulling up to every game, or y'all traveling too, or like what's
if
your
possible. Oh yeah, if possible, yeah. If I'm able to, yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. When it comes down to it, we're talking about being the best of the best. When you make it to that level in any sport, you're the best of the best. You're one of the best players in that sport to be able to play on that platform. So of course, yeah, you have to take that opportunity in being a parent or a someone whose family, even if you're not blood family, if somebody like if I had a player in which I coached who made it into the NFL, I'm definitely going. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking every opportunity to go because I know where that player came from. I know what that player endured. I know how hard he or she has strived to become what they are today. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go
What
and
if
support them.
what if you had two children that were in the league and one played for the Eagles and the other played for the
Don't you say it?
Cowboys?
No, I would
Who's
disown the one that played
who's
for the
your
Cowboys.
whose jersey are you
I'm
wearing?
disowning the one that played for the Cowboys. No, no, I'm gonna do like the Currys do.
Split the jersey.
Yeah, I'm gonna do like the
What?
Seth and Steph's mom did. I think she had a split jersey. Well, one time I know Dale had on one of them and the
The other
mother
had
had on
on.
the other one when they played against each other. So I get it, but yeah, I probably find a split jersey. I would split the jersey.
And
And
lastly, if you had a kid that played for the Cowboys, are
no,
you wearing his jersey?
if he played for the Cowboys, I would really hope that wouldn't be the case. That he wouldn't play for the Cowboys. But no, no. If he played for the Cowboys, man, you know what? I would probably. No, I'm not even gonna say that because nope, I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, I don't know if I wear a jersey. I probably wear a T-shirt.
Watch City Joe gonna be working. Is gonna end up being a GM for the Dallas Cowboys in her future.
She better not be. I'd probably wear a T-shirt. I don't know if I'd wear a jersey. I'd probably
You
wear a
wouldn't wear
T-shirt.
his jersey.
I'd
You
probably
wouldn't
wear a
wear his
T-shirt
jersey.
with his name on the back. I'd probably wear a T-shirt with his name on the back. I'm not putting on no jersey. I'm not putting no Cowboy jersey on, bro. Not gonna be able to do it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be able to do it. Son, I love you, but no, I'm not gonna be able to do that, bro. I'm not gonna be able to do it. I got the same. I got the name though. I got the name. I got the T-shirt. I got the T-shirt, bro. I got the T-shirt. I'll go with the Q mix the most. See, Anthony. See, that's what's wrong with us nowadays. See, I'll go with the Q mix the most. See, this is the problem. See, he's gonna have a Philly jersey with the little star on the bottom on the back of it. That part. Now I would do that instead. I do that. I have a Philly jersey,
Right
and
when
in
they
the
put
little bit of
on the
corner
neck.
where they put that little tag in, I have a Cowboy little stamp down there at the bottom with his name and all that good stuff, man. That part. I know,
Be like
AB.
colors when he
We know you
that.
joking. Just playing with you, man. Just playing with you. Ain't nothing but joking, man. We love to joke on here. Nothing but jokes.
Sydney, you already know. Front office, Dallas Cowboys front office.
Sydney Joe, don't you do that.
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys. It's like I always wanted to be a cowboy.
No, she won't. She know Eagles fly high, baby.
Just like she know, just like she likes. All of a sudden, she wants Waffle House, huh?
That part, man. She love Waffle House, baby. That's my baby. She love her some Waffle House. That's my baby.
So additionally, also what's crazy is, of course, great high hopes for the New Orleans Saints and their organization, which it hasn't met the expectation. We ain't seen James Winston since week one, and we probably won't see him again this week as they're expected to start. Andy Dalton this for tonight's game. Additionally, other players ruled out. Wide receivers Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry are out.
Mm.
Cornerback Marshawn Lattimore, guard Andrews Pete, and tight end Adam Troutman are out. The wide receiver Chris Olave is might possibly be out as he is still in. They say he's past concussion protocol. But was it enough time for him to be ready to suit up for tonight's game? So when you look at that for those New Orleans Saints fans, uh, is it possible uh, for them to even be formidable tonight? Can they put together enough against the Arizona Cardinals to be able to pull out a win? Of course, we're gonna get to our what our picks are this weekend, but that's just something to marinate for a second. Additionally, Bishop, this past weekend,
Mm-hmm.
Bill Belichick became the second in all time career wins with 324 wins this Sunday. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
is it fair to say that who would you say is a better coach, Bill Belichick or Andy Reid?
mm, I would have to say they about the same, bro.
You think they're the same? Both of them
Because
bring different things to the table.
that part, and both of them got Super Bowl rings. So
Well, there's a huge disparity in Andy's rings and Bill's rings
why? In what way?
because Andy has what, one ring?
Is it one or two? He
Does he
ain't
have
got.
two? Who else he got one with?
No, he ain't got
He,
none with nobody else.
okay,
Kansas
he
City
has
only
one.
won one.
Yeah, they only won one.
Okay, and then
Bill has
um,
seven
Bill don't
or
have no
more.
second. Bill
Bill
don't
does
have
have
no.
seven.
Oh, Bill Belichick. You know what?
What you thought it was all Bill Parcells?
No, you said Bill Belichick, and I'm thinking. I don't know why I thought. I'm
Doug
thinking
Peterson?
about no, uh, Pittsburgh's.
Oh, Tomlin.
Tomlin, Mike Tomlin. I don't know why I thought Mike Tomlin. Oh, so if that's the case, then the better coach is definitely Bill
Bill.
Belichick. Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking Tom. I don't know why I thought Tomlin, but yeah, Mike Tomlin. I don't know why I thought that, but yes, Bill Belichick. I mean, yeah, when it's all said and done, you can't say nothing against 7 rings.
Seven
There's
rings.
nothing you can say. Yeah,
Even though, so do you think all seven weeks was based on Bill and what he put together, or how much of that do you actually attribute to the player or players?
I mean, I think you
Do
have to attribute it. I
which
think
one? Yeah, I was thinking like which one is it more? Is it the plan that you put forth to be execute, or is it the execution of the plan?
it's both. Because
Both.
if you can have a plan, but if you can't execute the plan, it's obsolete. But the plan has to be flawless. The plan has to be flawless. So it takes both. You can have a plan, but if the team can't execute it, it doesn't matter. But then if you don't have a good plan and the team can still execute it, still to be able to finagle it to get wins out of it, then it's some it is what it is. But it wasn't a plan; it was a team of players in which you had with a lot of talent who was able to make some things happen. But I still
So
think you need both, in
I can
my
understand that.
opinion.
I can understand that
In my
to a
opinion.
degree. I can
Mm-hmm.
understand to a degree, but I think, in my opinion, because we all know there's this, you have coaches, but then you have the coordinators and stuff like that that put forth. So I think they have some. But in state, in one particular instance, i.e., the the comeback, the 28-3 comeback for
Mm-hmm.
New England against Atlanta, I think that
Mm-hmm.
was the players. I think that was more so the players
Against New England, huh? Against New England?
against Atlanta when the New
Oh,
England came
Atlanta.
back on the line. I think that
Yeah,
Super
but
Bowl,
I get what you're saying. It was
or
players,
maybe not. I guess you can see opposite.
but
As
you got
like, okay, well, the
yeah,
same
but you
players was
still
there.
gotta
We changed the
yeah,
plan, and the
yeah.
players like because it was the same players when we was getting blown out. Or
Right,
was it the
that
plan
part.
at the time, or was it the players? That's why I wonder. Like, of course, if you don't have any insight, no different than the Seattle versus New England one. Was that the players, or was that the? I think that might have been the players, or was that because of the Seattle Seahawks with the wrong play, or was it the players because the players made
Well,
it happen on defense?
I think it's the composure. Because when it's all said and done, you have to maintain composure. A lot of times, even though you're down, sometimes when you're down, especially when you're down by that big of a deficit, you start to lose focus. You kind of get in your own head and you be like, some people have a tendency to say, "Oh, this game is already over. Let's focus on the next game." Well, if you have that type of mindset, then the game is definitely over, even though it ain't over. But if you have a mindset that deep down in your mind, in your head, you can still come back from this game as long as you can execute and make some stops and get your offense back on the field, and you have a high-powered offense and able to make some plays and able to do some things to make it a real good game. It is what it is. So I do agree it's definitely players, but I also think it's a mindset from the coaches as well, because the coaches have to also have that mindset to be able to instill that in the players and let them know this game is not over. Until you hear that last buzzer, until the ref say the game over, the game's not over. The party's not over. The party's not over. You know what I'm saying? So continue. Doom. Yeah, that part. Yeah, you keep moving. You keep moving. You keep doing what you're doing. If you're able to, if you can come back, come back. If not, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You tried your best. You did your best, and move forward. But in that Atlanta game, in that Super Bowl, they stayed with the plan. They may have.
Do you think they stayed with the plan, or you think they changed the
No,
plan?
no. Listen, I do. I feel like they stayed with the plan, but they altered it. What I talked about a minute ago. Sometimes you may have to alter the plan. Like I said, when it comes to the players, even though the coach, maybe his game plan isn't working. However, the players may have to make plays on the field to accommodate for what may not be working. excuse me, for what may not be working from what the coach is bringing in on the field. So therefore, the players sometimes, just like I tell my student athletes or player athletes, bro. I was telling a young man the other day, he's playing. He converted from wide receiver to cornerback. Mm-hmm. He's always played wide receiver, but when he got into high school, he's a freshman in high school. Excuse me, he's a corner now. Mm-hmm. But I asked him the other day, I was like, "Hey man, how many picks you got?" He was like, "Coach, I don't have no picks because they don't really throw the ball." I said, so now because of that, you know what that means, right? He was like, "No, Coach, what does that mean?" That means you have to do other ways to get noticed, to get recognized through the coach. That means there are going to be times in which you're going to have to take chances. Now, the bad thing, there's a good and a bad with taking chances. The good is if you take a chance and it pans out, you're going to be the player of the game. If you take a chance and it doesn't pan out, you could possibly get chewed out by your coach. However, choose wisely. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna take a chance in a way that it doesn't hurt the team as much if you miss.
The blue ball, the red ball.
If you miss. So you have to take those chances sometimes. It's a lot of NFL players, a lot of college players take chances. They go off instinct. They see something and they take a chance, like they remember a play before, or they remember seeing the play earlier in the game. They remember what they did and they take a chance or jump in a route. Or like Deion Sanders is one of the best corners because of the chances in which he takes. He knew he had the cover speed to be able to make the quarterbacks think a wide receiver's open. And when he bait the wide receiver to let the quarterback think as well as the wide receiver think he's open, the quarterback takes that chance. And Deion Sanders had enough makeup speed to get there to the receiver in time to pick the ball up. Those are chances. And they benefit. It worked for him. It worked for him. Now, Deion ain't finna hit nobody. He ain't finna lay no hard hit, no tackles, or none of that. But if you try to throw to his side, you're taking a chance as a quarterback. And that's what go ahead.
I completely get that and understand that, but it wasn't many that had Deion Sanders
speed or tenacity or skill set. I totally agree. So, and you're right, and there's aren't. There aren't a lot of people who can do what he did. You're absolutely right. There are a great deal of people who don't have that capability to be able to bait people like that. That's a God given talent that he has. But however, comma, we do know about Revis
So
Island.
if you had the corner someone with that ability, how are you coaching them? Are you saying that same exact thing to a kid that you're coaching that has that ability, or are you going to let him go ahead and make that own determination on his own? To be like, you know what, you have a certain skill set, use it, or are you telling them, hey, go ahead?
Yeah, I'm so me as a coach, and if I have a student athlete who wants that same type of ability and may have the potential to be that type of player, I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
honest. I'm gonna tell that player, that student
Mm-hmm.
athlete, to
Mm-hmm.
um, research Deion Sanders,
Mm.
research his game, look at what he does, look at how he does it, look how he prepares himself for each excuse me, look how he prepares himself for each game, for each player in which he's about to face. Because that's what it's all about. Everybody think well, it is a team game, but it's also an individual game. When it's all said and done, yeah, you have teammates to help you here and there, but a lot of
Mm-hmm.
time it's a one-on-one situation, and it's about the battle of who's going to win that one-on-one matchup. Yeah, there's zones and stuff like that, zone coverages and things like that, but there's also man-to-man coverage. And who's going to win that matchup man-to-man? Is it going to be you, or is it going to be the person across from you? You choose. It's on you to decide who's going to win that matchup. Just like it's on that receiver's decision, or it's on that receiver to decide who's going to win the matchup for him. Either it's going to be the receiver, or he's going to allow you to win the matchup as a corner or a safety. Either way, somebody's got to come out on top.
I don't know. I think I just let him. I might lead him, but I'm not going to directly tell him But like you said, let him tell him to go take a look at a couple of players and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. But I think I'm just going to allow him. I continue to let him know and understand. But you don't want, like Eric was just saying, you don't want someone to where now I think at this point Diggs is extremely aggressive and has gotten. He doesn't have the cockiness of Ramsey, but
Mm-hmm.
he's gotten extremely aggressive, and it works at
And it's
times for him,
right.
and it
It paid
hurts
off
him
for
at other
Diggs last year.
times.
It paid off for Diggs last year.
Hmm.
The thing of the matter is now what? Did people have
Less
game
likely
film?
to go to his, yeah.
Well, they got game film. They pay
Oh
attention
yeah,
to
yeah,
what.
yeah. Now they know. Yeah, now they so
Yeah, they got
now
game.
they bait him
That
into
part.
saying that,
They
yeah,
know
yeah.
he's aggressive. Coaches
Hmm.
know Diggs is aggressive on this side. So knowing that he's aggressive, hey quarterback, I need you to maybe give a quick pump fake, a hard pump fake, or I need you to really look off Diggs, really look off Diggs, and then come back and throw back to Diggs' side because he's so aggressive. Those are the things that you, as a coach, you come into play at. And instilling that into your corners, into your wide receivers. I'm sorry, into your wide receivers, letting them know, hey, don't give up on the route. Even though the quarterback is not looking at you, don't give up on the route. He's coming back to you, but he has to get Diggs to move. The only way he gets Diggs to move is if the quarterback is not facing him or not looking that direction. So that way, when he comes back to the direction, it's going to be a quick throw over top of Diggs or whatever. Diggs didn't do nothing against Philly. Diggs ain't really
did
doing
he
a
not?
whole.
He didn't do it.
He
What was
really
his?
didn't. He didn't really do nothing against Philly.
Let me
Diggs
see
didn't really
something.
do. Let me
I
see.
didn't even think about that.
Hold on. Diggs didn't really do. I'll tell you. Diggs didn't really do a whole lot. Let's see. That ain't what I'm looking for. Golly, I hate this when they do that. What did Diggs? Diggs? I don't feel like Diggs did a whole lot, man. Cowboys, Eagles. Oh, here we go. He had one tackle and two assists. No sacks, no interceptions. Diggs didn't do nothing.
Three combinations. I mean, he up on three tackles, two assists, one
Diggs?
solo.
No,
Yeah.
not Diggs. You talking about Mark Parsons? Because
No,
I'm
Diggs.
looking at Diggs only had 1 tackle and 2 assists. That's all I see. He ain't got nothing else.
Okay, yeah, that's just combined solo
Yeah,
something combination.
yeah. Yeah, so yeah, Diggs didn't really do a lot, but this is the thing, him and Brown got into it a little bit, face to face or whatever. But that's about it, man. That's about it. And like I said, when it's all said and done, teams have game film from Diggs last year, so they know what to expect from Diggs. Like you said, his aggressiveness that could be a hindrance or it could be a positive. Last year was a positive. It helped him a lot. Diggs was
Mm-hmm.
that dude last year, but new people didn't know Diggs. They know him now. He got to come. He has to come. He has to. For me, if I was Diggs, excuse me, I would change my mindset. I wouldn't be as aggressive as I was a year
That
prior.
as aggressive, picking times, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
pick times. There you go. I would pick. I wouldn't
Keep
necessarily
them,
go
keep
away.
them off, keep them off, keep them off balance too. Like they don't know when you're
Right.
gonna be aggressive, when you're not gonna be
That
aggressive.
part. That part. I wouldn't completely go away from my aggressiveness because that's my strong point. But however, I pick and choose when I'm gonna be aggressive, not always being aggressive. I'm gonna pick and choose against certain teams. Certain teams, I'm not even gonna do it on every team. Certain teams, I'm gonna be aggressive, and certain teams, I'm not.
So of course, staying within y'all division, Taylor
Mm-hmm.
Heineke
He's a
will
starter.
be, yeah, Kurt. He's back at the starter. He said he's ready for it this time around. He feel like he's going to play off the 15 games in which he had, in which he experienced, in which he had, and he's actually ready to take the helm. Is this just talk, or do you think potentially we might have a situation where Taylor Heineke, he was all right last year? Do you have a
Mm-hmm.
situation where potentially he might be able to turn around the Washington Commanders and, and
For
put them?
for for Carson Wentz's sake, let's hope not, because we know what happened the last time Carson Wentz went out and the backup quarterback came in.
Game in. Uh,
We know what happened. So for Carson Wentz's sake, let's hope not. But I don't know. Taylor Heineke, I don't know. That's the whole reason why they bought in Carson, because of course
mm,
I'm sure um, uh, Ron
they felt
Rivera
like he
didn't
couldn't
he
do it.
didn't
Yeah.
couldn't yeah wasn't happy with Heineke's play last year. So I'm assuming that's why he brought in Carson. But we'll see. I mean, who they got this week?
The Commanders play. They are playing.
Or are they on the
Where is
bye?
it? No, they're playing.
No, the
They play
Commanders.
the
Oh,
Packers.
Packers. They got the Packers. They got so that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good game for them. This is gonna definitely determine Tyler Heineke because Aaron Rodgers they 2-4. The Commanders are 2-4. So let's see. Let's see. This is a game that where he can prove himself for sure. It's definitely a game he can prove himself. Um, but for Carson Wentz, I would hate for him to lose his job again. I would
Like,
hate for him to lose
here
his
we
job.
go again.
I know,
God,
right?
dang.
I done lost my job again to the backup.
I lost my job on my injured day off.
On my end today. Craig, how you get fired on your day off?
So it's a fair assumption that we could say that Buffalo and Kansas City are maybe the top two teams in the AFC, right? Would you say that's a fair
That's
assumption?
fair. Mm-hmm.
Now, but I have a list for you, and I'd like to
Mm-hmm.
tell me who you think out of this list would be considered the number three, the three that would round out the top three in the AFC. Three teams. Let me get these. Well, nine teams. Nine teams out there. Tell me who you believe is the number three team. We have the San Diego Chargers, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Baltimore Ravens, the Miami Dolphins, the Cincinnati Bengals, the New England Patriots, the Indianapolis Colts, the New York Jets, and lastly, the Tennessee Titans. In
Mm.
that group, who would you say is at this point, week going
Mm.
into week 7, the number 3 team in the AFC?
Mm. It's three teams that could possibly tie for that third spot:
Mm,
Dolphins, Ravens.
mm,
Oh, actually, four teams: Dolphins,
14.
Ravens, Chargers, and I'm even gonna say the Jets.
Mm. So
Any one of them
that's
four can make
so
that 3.
Your Miami Dolphin one is an interesting prospect, I think, due to the fact that Miami, I mean, they're currently what 3-3. I think because but of course Tua has been out.
For 2
He's
games
back.
for the most part, right?
You know what I'm saying? Top before he left, he had the top QB rating in the NFL, but now he's back. Uh, Lamar, we know who Lamar is and what he can do. He just hasn't been. He's been doing it. He just can't hold on. Like he
No, he didn't
falters
do it
late.
last week. Last week,
What I'm saying, he gave the
truly
game up.
lost that game. Yeah, he truly lost that game for them last week. Truly,
Uh,
all by himself, he lost that game.
the New York Jets,
We see what
it's
Dalton is doing.
surprising. We see
Not Dalton.
Taylor,
Zach,
Zach Taylor.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. I'm sorry, Zach Taylor. Zach Wilson. Yes,
Zach
and then
Wilson.
of course, lastly, the Kurtz was a top 5 passer. And then of course, lastly, like you just said, the the Los Angeles Chargers, in which Herbert,
Justin.
and he's doing it without his top receiver.
That's true. Keenan Allen.
Without his top receiver being out. Well, it was top receiver being out. So
the Ravens have the Browns this week.
mm-hmm.
The Titans have the Colts. The Jets have the Broncos. The Chargers got the Seahawks. And the Dolphins have the Steelers. All of them should win. Every last one of them should win their game. To be honest, do you disagree? The Ravens got the Browns.
They should win.
The Titans got the Colts. The Jets have the Broncos. The Chargers have the Colts.
I think that's the hardest. I think that's the hardest of the Colts and the Titans. The Jets. I mean, the Dolphins have the Steelers.
Yeah, and the Steelers ain't what they are without because whatchamacallit still ain't back, right?
I think they're missing Fitzpatrick. I mean, Minka Fitzpatrick and T.J. Watt.
T.J. Watt, right? So the Steelers' defense isn't what they normally are without them two.
Mm-hmm.
So all these teams should win this week. Again,
they should?
Yeah, and then Buffalo plays. Who Buffalo got?
Buffalo
off this week.
Are they? Let me see.
I think they are. I don't see Buffalo. Buffalo off this week. Yeah, Buffalo's off this week. And Buffalo's off this week.
Bengals against the Falcons. Oh, they might lose.
Bengals against the Falcons. Yeah, it's possible, but they playing in Cincinnati, so it's give or take.
Okay.
Yeah. So all of them should win this week. Who was the number 2? You said it was the Bills. Oh, Kansas City off this week too. No, Kansas City got 49ers. So that in San Francisco. Kansas City got 49ers. That's what it is.
We got some get back, and we got our people coming back. It ain't gonna be like we had against Atlanta. We get our people
Kansas
back.
City coming off a loss.
So San Francisco.
That's true. They're coming off both teams are coming off of L's. Both teams are coming off of L's. So Kansas City, that's probably that's the game to be. That game right there is the game to decide if the Chiefs stays at second, or if the Miami or the Titans or the Broncos or the Jets or Chargers, one of them teams take over.
That probably should have been the flex game.
They
should probably flex that to Sunday night.
I did hear that. I did hear about OBJ going to the Chiefs. But right now, just like I spoke of yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if y'all heard, but OBJ is rumored to be his injury has pushed him back a little bit longer. I know, drunk. I know. Exactly. I took Seahawks over Chargers. You have a lot of faith in
Geno.
I did.
I say, go ahead.
No, I was just reiterating what Jets being guaranteed over the Broncos is insane, but it's facts. It's true. It's so true. It's so possible. It's so possible. The way, and then we don't forget the Broncos may not even have Russell. And who is the Broncos' backup?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Don't even know who the Broncos' backup is. Falcons and Jets and Seahawks upsets this weekend. It could possibly be. Trey just said that the Falcons could beat. The Falcons could beat the Bengals. It's gonna be hard though to beat them in Cincinnati. And we still and Jamar Chase is still gonna be Jamar Chase. I'm telling you. In
OBJ
my
to the
opinion.
Chiefs. Come on, man. Stop
That's what
it.
they're talking. That's what they're talking. They did hear that. It was on. As a matter of fact, it was on Twitter. That's why I saw that. They did talk about it. They did. They have spoken of that. Spoken, and if he goes to the Chiefs, trouble. That's almost like getting Cheetah back.
That's him and Juju dancing every time you turn around.
That's almost like getting Juju back. I mean getting the Cheetah back. I'm just saying. I'm being completely 100, bro. We'll see. We'll see. It could be a great deal of upsets this weekend. Great deal.
In any case, continue on. Where was I at? That's some BS. That's
What's
San
the BS, man?
Francisco.
Why you?
What are y'all doing? Goodness gracious.
What are you mad at San Francisco for?
We need
Oh, because you
another.
want,
Although
because you
Brandon
want,
Ayuk is doing well, I will say that.
you want OBJ. That's what that is. I told y'all. Well, y'all could get him. Yeah, y'all probably could get him. Y'all
So
probably.
if
The player
you
reworking
were
that contract means one thing: someone's coming OBJ or CMC.
in the NFC in the AFC right now, who
Brett
would be?
Ripken. Who the hell is Ripken? Who is that?
That's the
Oh,
son of Mark.
Mark Ripken.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Who? What? Like, is he a rookie? Like, I didn't even know he was in the. Who? I didn't. What? Has he played
Yeah, he's been in for a while.
for real? I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks, drunk. Appreciate you, bro. Because I sure didn't know who their backup was.
So if you were to say right now, here in Week 6, what would you predict as the teams going to the playoffs in the AFC?
You mean week 7? Going into week 7?
Yeah, going to Week 7. If Week 7 was going to be the last week, who
Mm-hmm.
would you predict going to the playoffs right now?
Eagles.
In the
Bills.
NFC, Bills, okay.
Eagles.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it so to make it easier. Let's do it by the conference.
Okay.
So in the AFC, who would you think
AFC?
who would be your 7 teams going to the playoffs right now?
In the AFC, I would be the Bills. Oh, the Jets is second in the AFC East, bro.
They are.
That's
Let me see.
crazy. They are second, 4-2 behind the Bills.
1-2. Oh yeah, so they're in the top 3.
Crazy.
They're top 3 right now. They would
So
be. Well, let me see. Yeah, they would. They would be going. They would be a
because
wild
the
card.
Chiefs are
They would be a
4-2.
wild card. Yeah, they would be a wild card. They would be a wild card right now.
Yeah. So 7 teams from the East would be Bills,
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs,
Mm-hmm.
Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Bills, Chiefs, Chargers, Jets, Ravens, Dolphins.
Yeah, so that would be for, and then it looked like definitely like you say, it looked like the Bills would be a number 1.
Oh, I'm sorry. AFC. I'm sorry. I missed the AFC South. I'm sorry.
Bills, Titans. So yeah, someone comes out. Yeah.
Bills, Jets, Chiefs, Chargers.
So what would be a guarantee? So we're looking at right now. The guarantee would be the Titans, the Ravens,
right? Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs, and the Bills.
So
the other 3, what would be up for grabs is the Jets. They're 4-2. The Chargers are currently 4-2. And then
it's a toss up between the Bengals,
the Colts, and the Bengals and the Colts. So who would you give the go ahead to for those wild card spots? Who would you want? He was not a Trojan. I can assure you, he was not a Trojan.
I would probably want the Bengals.
The Bengals and who else?
And then the Colts.
Oh, okay, so the Bengals, what you would prefer? So you would like to see the Bills, the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Titans.
No, you know what? Take the Bengals out. No,
Jets.
Dolphins.
You would prefer the Dolphins?
The Dolphins. Yeah, I would have to give it to the Dolphins.
Okay. All right. In the NFC. Oh shit.
The NFC. You come on, bro. You don't play with it. Eagles.
So what we know is
we already know is the Eagles, 49ers, Vikings.
Yeah, the Eagles will be the number 1 seed. The Vikings will probably be the 2 seed. 3 seed Buccaneers. At this point, the 49ers will be the 4th seed.
Right.
But the Giants and Cowboys
Would
will
be
probably take the other.
automatically in.
Will probably take the next 2 spots, which
Yep,
will
because they
only
are.
leave. It would leave one slot for the Rams, the Packers, or the
Falcons.
Falcons.
That's
Who
crazy.
who who are you sliding in? Who do you want in that
Rams.
slot?
That's easy. That's
The
Rams.
Rams. The
Yeah,
Rams.
you got to give it
I
to
don't
them.
know. I think I'd rather the Falcons.
Really?
Yeah, I think I would rather the Falcons. I think I'm going to see what the Falcons can do. Some new blood. Some new blood.
I can see that. I can see that with Marcus Mariota in them. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. It's crazy though. Yeah, I can see it. It's crazy that almost all of the NFC East would be in. That agrees with you. He says ATL. All of
That
the
is
NFC
crazy
East
how almost in the whole NFC is in. That
would
and
be in.
then when you look at it, it's still possible. If you
It
look at
is.
it, it's still
It
possible
really
to
is.
where
It really is.
to where if the Rams, the 49ers, or the Seahawks, because at this point the Rams, 49ers, Seahawks are tied across the top of the. But then of course the
NFC
Cardinals is up
West.
with game.
Right.
And so you look at the Buccaneers and the Buccaneers is fighting, Atlanta's fighting. They're not too far behind in New Orleans, so they still have a possibility. The Bears, oddly enough, are still in
And they in
contention
contention. They're in
right
contention.
now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the NFC is looking real,
Is real,
as Ron would
real
say, real
prominent right,
spicy. Yeah,
right
real
now.
spicy right
Yes,
now.
right, real spicy. Yes, they are. They're looking mad spicy, bro. Mad spicy.
Of course, but the
It's
Eagles
crazy.
are out running. They got their track shoes on.
Don't just say we are too, but the NFC East is running the whole NFC.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, y'all out there. Definitely a different turnaround from last year as opposed to this year. But again,
Some years, like we
early.
ain't never been like that. The NFC East has always been maybe 2 teams to come out of it. Us and the Cowboys. Everybody else has kind of been to the wayside. Everybody. And this year this year is totally different. NFC East is running the show on both conferences because no one is doing that. Well, the Bills, I get a bill, and the Bills and the Vikings. Oh no, the Vikings are in the NFC. That's right. The Vikings is with us.
They're right.
So the NFC is running. Yeah, the NFC is running it. That's right. And Vikings are with us. Yeah, NFC East. The NFC is running things right now, bro. Two 5-1 teams?
Yeah.
2 5-1 teams, 1 6-0 team. Yeah, the AFC East don't have no but 1 5-1 team, and that's the Bills. NFC has 2.
What's your prediction for your fantasy this week?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What's your prediction?
On who gonna win what?
You win?
I'm always winning. Huh? What? I'm always winning, bro. So in our league, I have team discount, Anthony, like I said.
Anthony. Yeah, it's Anthony.
Got me projected to win 121 to 103. And what I'm worried about is that damn sleeper league. I mean, sleeper. Yeah, the sleeper league. That one, I'm suspect in that one. That one's kicking my butt. I can't get that one to do act right. And then in NFL fantasy for the frat, I'm 5-1 too. So yeah, I gotta see who I'm playing.
I have an empty slot. Let me see who I can get.
I'm taking an L. My good players are all on bye. Yeah, that's why you have to make sound decisions, guy, when you do the draft. Can't have all the same players. You got to pay attention to them draft. You got to pay attention to bye weeks. On one of mine, I think I may have 1 or 2 players out on bye weeks. Let me see. On my fantasy and Yahoo in the first formation, I got who out. Let me see how many players I got out on bye this week. One person out on bye this week, and that's Gabe Davis. 1. That's it. I got 1 person out for a bye this week. My person that I'm playing against, he got 2 people out for a bye, which is good. That's good. That's normal. 2 to maybe 3 is what you should have. Anything over 3 is crazy because now you're about to lose some players. You're gonna have to send them off. You're gonna not play somebody in, and just take the L, or you gonna get rid of him and have a great chance of losing. Gotta pay attention to bye weeks when you draft him. It's always good to pick good picks. It's great to see players available, but if all your great players are on buys the same week, trouble. That's why Applewhite gonna be in trouble because he got all his Dallas people. He gonna have to revamp his whole team, or he gonna take.
Well, he good. He good. He just got Christian Kirk and ETN. He good.
Yes, I forgot Bills, Eagles, and Rams all on by the same. Yeah, you have to pay attention. Yeah, you have to pay attention. So yeah, if you got any three of them, if you got somebody from the Bills and the Eagles and the Rams, that's three people, or even more, depending on how many people you got from each team that you gonna have on the bye. That's crazy. It is crazy. It's mad crazy, AP. Mad crazy. That's one of the main things I pay attention to when I draft.
I got Michael Pittman for you. Michael Pittman Jr. Who you got? Who you trying to give up?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Michael Pittman Jr.
Yeah.
In what league?
In the first formation.
Michael Pittman Jr. Let me see who you. Let me see. Let me see who you got. Michael Pittman Jr. Who are you at? See Michael Pittman Jr. Let me see who you got on your squad.
I'll let you know. I got Michael Pittman Jr. right now. That's on my chopping block. Jeff Wilson or Brandon Ayuk as well. Chopping block. What y'all got?
Michael Pittman, wide receiver. You said Brandon Ayuk too?
Yep.
And who else?
And or Jeff Wilson.
Jeff Wilson.
Running back, San Francisco.
Michael Pittman. I don't really need a receiver. But Jeff Wilson. Yeah, I don't need a receiver, but Jeff Wilson for San Francisco. Hold on, let me look at my team. Jeff Wilson. My team. Hold on. Oh no, I'm running back wise. I'm good. Oh no, I'm good. I'm straight because I got CMC and Leonard Fournette. I'm straight, and neither one of them have buys the same week anyway. Christian McCaffrey has his bye week in week 13, and Leonard Fournette has his in week 11. Oh, hold on though.
Until he gets traded.
Yeah, then that'll be detrimental to me. Yeah, if he gets traded, yeah, that would be huge.
But of course, y'all know. We ain't. Who you got tonight before we get up out of here?
Yeah, tonight.
New Orleans or Arizona?
Fuck, that's a game.
Currently, when we look at the
give me Kyler Murray. Give me Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. I think they're gonna bounce back now that D Hop back. Give me the Arizona. Don't forget to get Ron's. Yeah.
So of course, right now when we're looking at Bishop overall 43 and 34 through the first 6 weeks. Ron 49 and 28. Trey 41 and 36. All I got to do is catch the closest man slowly but surely and walk it down and walk it in.
Who'd you pick for the night?
I am going with initially I wanted to go with New Orleans, but they have a plethora of people out. Arizona, I will say heads, Arizona, tails.
Now this dude flipping coins for who he got. Ain't this about nothing? Stop it, dude.
I'm going with New Orleans. Let's go,
Okay. Let's go. Come on, Kyler and D Hop. I need y'all tonight, man. I need y'all. This dude trying to play catch up, man.
Let's go, New Orleans. But like I said, y'all know where to catch us. Y'all know where to find us here, right? Tomorrow, 09-1100 hours. That's Central Standard Time. We know tomorrow we'll be checking in, getting the full rundown for the season. We'll recap the Lakers, Clippers, Philly, and Milwaukee. More on the MLB. Talk about a little bit about the all services, as all services in full swing, getting in their camps, getting it in. All Army team practicing it up in Fort Hood. Maybe you'll be able to get someone on from there. Talk about that. It's a whole thing. Y'all know what it is. Be sure to catch us tomorrow morning. We look forward to seeing y'all. Appreciate y'all rocking with us this morning and being information. Bishop, any last words before you get up out of here?
No, man. Y'all enjoy y'all Thursday, man. We'll see y'all again tomorrow, man. Be sure to stay tuned for tomorrow to find out the outcome between the Saints and the Cardinals on Thursday Night Football. Let's hope it
A
be
good game.
a game. Somebody score over 14 points or so. But that's all I got, man. Y'all have a good one. It's your boy, Sean.
Don't forget, get those tickets.
Yes, tickets. Get them. Mile back at y'all. Sorrow 5 military fraternity.